explain to you why I decided to become a coach and psychiatrist, I need to take you on a personal journey. It was a warm July afternoon and I just was getting out of my car having attended a work management meeting. I'd recently just been appointed a consultant psychiatrist of a vulnerable part of the population. I'd actually had just been appointed to the job of my dreams. On the surface, everything looked picture perfect. After 18 years of perseverance, of medical school, of postgraduate training, of exams, of work on calls, I'd reached the top of my profession. And as I said, everything looked fantastic. You know, I was happily married at that point for 11 years. Our third child had just been born. I was involved in a voluntary capacity for a non-profit organisation that we were very committed to. And yet, if I would be honest with you, I'd say that there was something still missing at that point. And what that meant to me was that I began to question, why am I feeling like this? And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, actually, I feel trapped. I feel trapped in a bureaucratic, secular, soulless system. I also feel restless because I don't feel connected to my true values and who I really am. And I couldn't articulate this in a way that could make sense to others. And also I felt empty because I felt drained. I felt there was part of me that was dying inside. It was at that point that I began to embark on a journey of self-discovery through personal development. I began to read lots of books. I got cassette tapes. Do you remember those cassette tapes from a long time ago? And I began this exploration about what does it mean to grow in a holistic way in body, mind and spirit. And that took me on that coaching journey. And through that coaching journey, which was, as I said, it was over many years and took a long time. And at times, you know, it was, I wouldn't say it was all plain sailing. I made some mistakes along the way, but it enabled me to reconnect with who I am and why I'm on this earth. And as I did that, I began to realize I had something to offer people that was beyond just what psychiatry has to offer, that helps people to connect with the sense of trapped, you know, people feel trapped in their careers, in their lives, to help them navigate a way out of that. That restless discontent that we all have, that surely there's more to life than just being at work and coming home to that endless cycle of home and work, and surely there's more to that. And also that sense of emptiness that we can feel, the way that life sucks the energy and vitality out of us. And that's why I'm very passionate about coaching and combining that with my psychiatry background. Working as a coach and a psychiatrist, it's my privilege to meet some amazing people of a huge variety of backgrounds who have some incredible stories about the ups and downs of their lives. And thinking about what the most challenging aspects of that work is, I'd talk about two things actually. The first, I would say, is I do hear some very, very sad stories, some very emotionally upsetting stories, and you wish that there was a simple answer, a magic bullet that you could, as it were, just solve the problems that some people come up with. But the reality is that there isn't. And sometimes some of my clients come to me thinking that there's a quick fix. And the reality is that life is complex, confusing, chaotic, and that there is no straightforward, quick answer. But I'm passionate about coaching as a way of helping you to unravel that complexity and find a way forward to at least begin to grow and move forward. That's probably the first thing. The second thing that's probably most challenging about my work is the whole question, the area of having hunger for change. Because people who come to me as well, as I said, sometimes they want a quick fix. And also, they're maybe not as motivated as they want to. There's a lovely joke that I share with my clients as well, is how many psychiatrists does it take to change a light bulb? I don't know if you heard that. Well, it actually takes only one, because the light bulb must really want to change. And so that's probably the other big challenge, is how hungry are you for change? And I've been privileged to work with some amazing people who've been really hungry to do the work and to engage with some difficult aspects of their lives and make remarkable steps forward. Being a psychiatrist and a coach, one of the great privileges that I have is to meet and hear the stories of some truly fascinating people from all sorts of backgrounds. And what is amazing about that is to be invited, it's an honor, it's a privilege to be invited to listen to their stories, to have them open up about things maybe they've never shared with anybody else in their whole lives. That is a huge privilege and honor. But on top of that as well, it's being able to work with them to think about how best to move forward with the struggles and challenges that they face in their lives. And as we do that, maybe suggesting some ideas, some resources, some insights, some reflections on things they've said, and then seeing the penny drop and maybe a different way of looking at things, and then seeing how that begins to impact in their personal lives, in their relationships, in their work context, and things that they thought were impossible or areas that they felt trapped in, seeing that those situations that appeared impossible beginning to change and transform, and seeing that transformation in them. It's a huge privilege, it's a huge honor to be a part of that and to be a part of that ongoing process with them. If I think about challenges that I've been surprised or proud of that I've overcome, I put it in two categories. One would be some of the clients that I've worked with, and I think of some stories about some of those clients, obviously anonymous. One particular couple that I worked with who had their own business, and for 10 years they'd never been able to take a holiday because the business was all consuming and they were always worried about how their employees would cope. And we worked a way for them to actually take 2 weeks off, which they'd never done in 10 years. And so that was very gratifying to see that they could completely switch off from their work and the positive impacts that had on their mental health, their emotional health, and their physical health to be able to do that. I think of another story of a senior client who I worked with who had a very difficult relationship with her spouse. And this had gone on for quite a long time. And we were able to do some work around personality profiling using the Enneagram to help them understand each other's different personality types, understanding the different ways they look to the world. And it resonated so much with them that marriage over the next few months completely turned around to being on the brink of divorce to being completely reconciled. Now, I can't obviously guarantee that, but that was wonderful to see that amazing transformation. And if I think about my own personal life, then I think I myself, have been on a journey of personal development and growth. I've struggled with negativity and negative thinking in my own life, coming as an immigrant child, things I've had to overcome. I've written about them actually in my book, Dancing with Wisdom, A Sacred Quest to Restore Meaning, Purpose and Fun. I'm very proud to have been able to get the book out. It took almost 10 years to get this book out. It came out in 2021. And I'd encourage you, if you'd like to know more about me, to have a look at this book here.